right, viewers, at this point, we will have to introduce another very incredibly special guest. And I think it's only right and fair to have a male guest talk about this conversation from their own perspective, since basically it's around their gender. So now I'm going to be bringing on someone who I think is well versed on the topic and is in a position to give us some much needed insight. He is our very own Mr. Olu Oshodin of Edo Media Plug / Trayvon Pictures. Some of the viewers may be familiar with him. For anyone that's seen any of my short films, he's the one that has worked with us on every project that we put out thus far. So please join me in giving a round of applause to Mr. Olu.
Thank you.
Welcome, Mr. Olu. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
So today's conversation is Unspoken Tensions, Male Insecurity in the Workplace. And I know for you, you've worked with both male and female based on the type of work that you do. So could you just share a little bit of your working experience so that we have a background story?
Okay, the thing is, working with female for me, I have a lot of female workers around me. Some of them are trained, and some of them have really put in a position to run my business on my behalf. And there's something about the female workers or colleague that I really like. If you can get a female in a position that is very important, and the person is really into, or the person's interest aligns with you, and is very dedicated to your business, you really like it, because the benefits is enormous. They are very hardworking, and they can go over and beyond to make sure that everything is happening the way it's supposed to be. But again, there are also some class of ladies that when you work with them, they are not serious, they are not professional. You get it? Because they feel like because they are female, and you are supposed to cut them the slack anytime things goes wrong, or you're supposed to expect less from them. I think it's really because of the category of women or female working class, the category of them that have this kind of character or habit that make this stereotype stick for people to think that maybe women are not that they don't really merit that high position or something. So that is it. That's what I can say about the question that you just asked.
Okay, but I will ask, from your experience, from the women you've dealt with, if you could put a percentage on the ones that have left a positive impact, how many percent would you give it out of 100?
I would say 30.
Wow, so 70% have been bad.
Yes, so yeah.
I don't agree.
I would say 30%.
I don't agree with that.
You are saying I'm not speaking for everybody.
I want
you
to
are asking me to speak from my own experience, right?
Yes.
I would say 30 because there are very few of them. First of all, the ladies, most of them, they depend on their boyfriend. So when you're talking to them, you want to pay them. How much are you going to pay them? They already have. They are going to collect more than that from their boyfriend, from their parents, even their siblings. So women is all about, most of them take from different places. So they don't really need your salary, or they don't really need whatever thing that you bring into them. But it's only there are some serious-minded people that don't do independent women.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that work very hard. Those are the ones that try to build something. But the others, they don't care. They just want to slay. They just want to get what they want. But they don't really like to enjoy the process or try to go through the right process to get it.
Okay, I want to ask you something. What really concerns me, have you ever worked with female very close to you that are not your employees? You've worked in an organization with female. Have you ever felt bad that females are doing better than you when you are in that position? Have you ever been in that position?
Like
I've been in that position. But really, I don't feel bad. I actually admire it because it's rare. Like I told you, 30%. So it's rare to be admired. And most times when you see women that are very consistent are serious with work, that are professional, you see that the kind of amount of effort they put in is way more than what an average man would put in to their work. So I would tell you that, and the level of passion they put in their work is so intense that you really love it. But the thing is, when you were talking before, you talked about emotion that people accuse women of being
too emotional,
and that is really true. Even for the strongest of them, they can break down emotionally, and when they do, they don't care if everything burns to the ground.
No, but everybody can break down. Men do,
but it affects women more.
Yes, it affects women more. We're talking about emotional control.
You know, when you've taken too much into your system that you can no longer take in anymore.
For me, I think because women carry too much. So when we eventually do get to that point where we want to explode, it's too many things that have been building up. So it's not like women just go out and they're just exploding every other day. It's like, it's unfortunate that one particular time, that one explosion will now just cover like a mirage of so many explosions that should have happened maybe if you had broken it down piece by piece. But that doesn't mean, to me, I will still stand on it. I will say women are not more emotional than men.
They are. I will tell you personally.
Let me remind you of an instance. Mr. Mosede, there was this time that there was a meeting that had to do with you, some other persons, and the former manager, that you were so angry that you actually had to walk out. Did you remember?
No, but that, like I said, that was a build up.
All right. Okay, hold on. I was about to say something just now. Like, for you, I know you personally. I know you that to some extent, to a very huge extent, you have, I would like a very large emotional control. Large control over your emotions. So to even hear that this kind of a thing happened.
Yes, we were all like, oh no, she has had it up to here. Right. We all had that. No, this is too much for her. Yes, exactly.
Pushing. So the minute I felt like
let me bring out another point. The few 30% I told you that I've worked with very well, and I can see that they were doing very, very well. Those few percentage of women that I've worked with, I've also had to deal with their emotions. Like, sometimes the way they talk to clients, it might not even be me. Sometimes it might be me. Sometimes they can just do something and I have to just swallow it up. Are you getting it? And sometimes they break down, I will just have to cut them the slack that, oh, this person has been trying. It's a woman. So let me just let it go. And sometimes it happens in front of my wife. And my wife might be thinking, why would this girl behave like this? Are they having something?
But that's another thing. Women don't like women. Men don't like women. So it's almost as if
exactly.
Because every time you go to a workplace, like for instance, now let me just use tax office. In tax office, the lowest staffs are like females, the ones that take like the secretaries and all of that. And then you have the bosses that are men. And then every now and then there might be a mistake manager that is a woman. Everybody, from the men down to the female secretaries, they will all hate that manager.
Exactly. It's true.
I've seen it so many times.
It's true, because we are one problem. If we are getting these hates.
No, another thing is this. There's another thing. Sorry, there's another point I want to bring out. If you really see a woman in a position of power, there's always always tendency that there's going to be an abuse of power. Women like to abuse power. They love it. It's almost like, because naturally, just like naturally now, men are like on top of the woman, maybe even in family settings and all that. So for every little chance, almost like they are trying to use it to get back at being, how would I call it, maybe the weaker species or something.
I don't agree with that logic. I don't.
Me, I have had the experience of this. I had an opportunity to do this vest for Edo State one time, like that, about 500 piece of vest for Edo State. They were using it for some migration thing. So I was given the job. I did it very well. I supplied another. After that day, I was not called again. That's because another person that is in the office, that is also superior in that place, now took it. Took up the job, and a female, and they started doing it. Another time again, I had an opportunity from the former Attorney General. So I wrote a proposal, a budget, because I wanted to train some return migrants. So I wrote a budget. I took it to her. She was no longer the Attorney General then. She told me to take it to one particular person who was now in charge, who happens to be a female too. And she also spoke to that person that, okay, this and this is how you get it to the governor. This person took my file, kept it, and didn't do anything about it. I ended up doing something else entirely. Up to today, I didn't get back my proposal. I didn't get any feedback from them. Sometimes our female is our problem sometimes too. If it happened from a male, I will understand.
They can never.
If it happened from a male, I will understand that maybe it's because I'm a female, that's why this male is treating me like this. But coming from a female too, it hurts differently, seriously.
Yeah, because you think that they will stand in solidarity.
Exactly.
Personally, I've experienced a woman in a position of power actually abusing it on me. So yes, so abusing it on me. I've experienced that. So I know what it is. Like we're in a government event. I don't want to mention names. Okay, she just came in. What are all these? Okay, you guys set up here. Take everything out. I was trying to explain, ma'am. I don't want to hear. Take everything out and get out. That was the statement the person used. I was like, okay, let me talk to my boss. I'm just the one here. Let me talk to my boss so that he can, you guys can sort it out, even if we are taking it out, so that there should be an understanding. The only thing I kept hearing is get out. Even when my boss came, he also told him to get out because he was superior. Because he was superior to him. Yes. But they're supposed to be like at least
professionalism level.
But you see that power flexing. But it's not totally uncalled for. It doesn't make any sense. But meanwhile, if it were to be a man in that position, we say, okay, all right, it's fine. This is no longer needed. You people have to take this out of here. We'll give you next 10 minutes to take it out of here. It's not as if we did something wrong or something that we're not supposed to do. But it was just like a misunderstanding arrangement. So I've seen that scenario play out many times, and does not really actually tell. Sometimes it makes it very, very difficult, or make you afraid to want to put a woman like that in a place of power, because they will always think with their emotion. They will put the goal behind them, and they will think with their emotion, and they will think with the mindset of dominance, which for me it's not what a company needs or a business needs for it to thrive.
Not to interrupt you, but I think why most women in positions of power like that behave that way, I'm not defending them or making up excuses. I think some of them have struggled so hard to get to that position that when they get there, they now feel the need to like prove themselves and show that they can be crueler and more stricter than their male counterparts. I don't know. I think that's just the logic behind that type of attitude. But speaking from experience, because I've always been in several positions of leadership, I believe to the best of my ability, and hopefully that's how other people see it, that I have led with heart, I have led with common sense, and I've led by example. I don't think there's anybody that has worked beneath me that has ever been maltreated or treated unprofessionally in the workplace. I try to be as equal as I can to every single staff, male, female, children, whatever. Oh, sorry, we don't hire children.
But do you know my response?
But you deal with children
my response
too.
to what you just said? I just wish more women should be like you, because I've worked with you and I've seen the same thing. I can attest that you are saying the truth, but unfortunately that's not the case for a lot of ladies.
No, I have something I want to say. Some people might feel that, okay, now how do we work with women that are growing themselves? Okay, don't see us as competition. We are not competing with anything. Just grow yourself.
With self, not with the colleagues. It's try to prove to yourself that you deserve that position.
Exactly.
That's where the issue is. It's not even about like
just grow yourself and tell yourself that you want to be better. I'm not competing with you. I don't want to be better than you. I want to be better than how I am. No, I don't want to be better. I want to be better than how I am. I have my own goal.
But that's for
I don't see anything wrong for you wanting to be better than somebody.
I want to be better than how I am.
Is that in most workspaces, when a woman is, or maybe a man and a woman are doing almost the same job, they always want the woman to like step back, don't shine too much, so that the man doesn't feel. It's kind of like as if we're kind of nurturing their egos.
I don't have issues with you shining.
Okay, like me now.
Like somebody, I saw a quote recently. They said, "Not bothering people bothers people." Like when you are just living your own life, doing your thing, people are actually angry that you are doing what you are supposed to be doing. So it's a individual mentality issue. And it's something that might take maybe centuries to change, because you have to now be going around and be training each person one by one. Like, she's not agree with
I think all of this thing is personal. I think it's personal. The way we all react to things. Okay, like me now, I'm a chef, yeah. But I'm also a mixologist because I always also do cocktails and the rest. Yeah. But sometimes there are some people that feel, oh, why doesn't she just focus on what she's being employed for? Why is she doing other things? You understand? Because sometimes I feel that, oh, as long as I'm available and somebody needs a particular thing and the person who is not available to do it, I can do it. Why not? Why don't I just do it? Do you understand? It's for the common good, because at the end of the day, when the money comes in, it's enough to pay salaries, it's enough to take care of so many things. So why should I allow the money go? But how many people see it in my point of view? Yeah. Because it's high time some people start to think out of box. I actually think that, oh, this person is doing it because of, he's not doing it because it's high service or anything, but because of his what she loves to do. That's just her.
Okay, so I have a question for Mr. Olu. Have you ever received any sexual advances from a female higher up, like a leader, a female leader? Apart from the maltreatment, has there been like sexual advances, like you go and do a job and the woman in charge saying, okay, for those of us that have watched To Kill a Monkey, lock the door?
Yes, I have, but it wasn't direct. And I had to turn it down. So I have my own way of turning such things down. So politely, so you know. And the person was not pushing, like how to kill him.
More of a suggestion.
Yeah, it was more of like
negotiation.
More of like an advance. And
People like us go through that almost every time.
Every single day.
Almost every day. Mostly.
Not negotiation. They lock the door. They never ask you to go and lock it. You enter and they have locked door. And the key is with the oga.
I recall sending a female staff of mine to negotiate for a job, and when the person got there, the person was telling that we should go upstairs to the hotel room.
Okay.
It happens so almost every time.
And she just left the guy.
Fine girl.
And the guy kept calling. So for me, I think it's irresponsible man that behaves like that. So because if you need a girlfriend, you need a hooker, you know where to get it. So I don't see why you have to mix that up with business. That's a very strong, very bad character, and it's a very strong sign of unseriousness. And people like that, you're not surprised when you see that business going down.
Yeah. But when she approached you, how did that make you feel? Did it make you feel small? Did it make you feel less of who you are? Because obviously you went there for something else. Yeah. It made you feel bad, right?
I didn't feel bad.
You felt cool.
I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel small. I just felt this is a normal thing. It can be the other way around. So maybe because she's in the position of power, that makes her more freer to, approach me. Because like I said, she didn't push it. She didn't want to compel me. So it was more or less like a mutual, a consensual advance. Mm-hmm. So the moment I turned it down, she didn't want to push it. So I don't really have any issue with that. Anybody can like anybody. Yes. Anybody can want to date anybody. So I didn't really classify it to that standard.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for your insight. So if there's any last words of wisdom that you'd like to drop for our viewers, we'll take that now. We'll start with Mr. Olu.
Okay. If you're a woman out there and you are working and you are trying to be professional, work like a man, like the Uber drivers. Me, I don't take Uber drivers. If you're a female and I book you as an Uber driver, I say that is a female, I will cancel immediately. Because majority of the time, I'm not always wrong. There's always an issue. It's either she's angry that she'll be driving all day, she wants to take it out on you, or she's feeling like if whatever thing that she's doing you a favor because she's out there working. So you have to have your mindset complete. When you step out there to work, don't expect any personal favors. Yes. Or to be treated differently, or don't expect that because you're a lady you're supposed to be treated differently, so you are entitled. Don't be feeling entitled. And when you are not, when you get all that right, you can easily change the narrative, the stereotype about how women in position of power, women working. So I think that one is very good advice for the ladies out there. And another thing, if any man try to belittle you, try to bring you down, or try to subject you to sexual how would I call it now? Sexual blackmail. Don't give in. There are a lot of options out there for you, and if you keep doing what you are doing, I'm very sure that people will finally see you for who you really are and they'll take you seriously. That's it.
Okay, so that was your own opinion. Thank you for that, Chef Mary.
Okay. If you're also going through what I'm going through, and you've also experienced what I have experienced, I want you to know that I want to just tell you that don't give up. Don't feel threatened, and don't be afraid to always continue to be you, because one day people will really see that you're putting your everything, because you're just trying to be the best for yourself and to keep growing yourself. You are not in competition with anybody. You just want to, it's just how you are, and don't try to change how you are or who you are because there's somebody who is trying to bring you down. No, because it will not stop. It will continue to be like that until you get that thicker skin. Grow that thicker skin, like my friend will always tell me. So I am telling you right now to grow the thicker skin and just do like nothing is happening.
Okay, and on that, I would leave you by saying true confidence is not about dominance, or true strength is not about dominance, but it's about confidence without fear. So be it a man or a woman, whatever it is that you are doing, especially in the workplace, please do it well, do it without bias, and treat your colleague as a fellow professional, as somebody that is capable of doing the job, and that's the reason why that person was employed. And please, let's all just try to be kinder to one another and treat each other with love and respect as much as we possibly can. I love you, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.